But before that, just a day after the funeral of George Floyd, his brother made an emotional appeal today before the US Congress to help, as he put it, stop the pain and make sure his death was not in vain. The 46-year-old died after a police officer knelt on his neck. His death has prompted anti-racism protests across the globe. Appearing at a committee hearing on police brutality, Philonise FLoyd promised his big brother, "You have changed the world." Our Washington correspondent Robert Moore was watching.
This morning, America heard from George Floyd's brother. In a setting and in a manner that will give fresh urgency to the national conversation about race and law enforcement.
Do you swear or affirm under penalty of perjury that the testimony...
Before a House Judiciary Committee that is debating how to curb police brutality, Philonise FLoyd spoke of his brother's last breaths and of the gentle giant killed by a police officer on a street corner in Minneapolis.
He was mild-mannered. He didn't fight back. He listened to all the officers. The man who took his life, who suffocated him for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, he still called him sir as he begged for his life. I can't tell you the kind of pain you feel when you watch something like that. When you watch your big brother, who you looked up to your whole entire life, die begging for his mom, I'm tired. I'm tired of pain. I'm here to ask you to make it stop. Stop the pain. Stop us from being tired. George called for help and he was ignored. Please listen to the call I'm making to you now, to the calls of our family and the calls ringing out the streets across the world. People of all backgrounds, genders, and races have come together to demand change.
Floyd's burial took place yesterday in Houston, as his casket was escorted to the cemetery.
Rest in peace, George!
Those on the streets shouted out in solidarity.
Black Lives Matter!
Today in the halls of Congress, Philonise FLoyd pleaded for those in power to ensure that a family tragedy becomes a moment of transformative change in America.
Big brother, you changed the world. Thank you for everything, for taking care of us on earth, for taking care of us now. I hope you found Mama and you can rest in peace with power. Thank you.
Despite that powerful appeal today, implementing change across America's 18,000 police departments is a daunting challenge. For decades, reform has often been promised and rarely delivered. Robert Moore, ITV News, Washington.
Well, here, the statue of a slave trader that was thrown into Bristol Harbour by anti-racism demonstrators on Sunday is to be recovered and placed in a museum. This was the moment that protesters demanding racial equality pushed the statue of Edward Colston into the water after toppling it from its plinth. The Mayor of Bristol says its recovery and relocation will help people to understand the true history of the city.